What an ugly dress.
And she's skinny as a broomstick.
And that stringy hair.
You're very nice.
Wicked Stepsisters at their finest. A live-action version of the Disney classic Cinderella is now on the silver screen. Your movie friend Aaron Dicer joins us with a look at the modern-day fairy tale. And yeah, movie reviewer extraordinaire. Did you like this one?
Yeah, I did. A lot. I was surprised, too. I wasn't expecting to really like this because it's really the same story we've heard a million times before, right?
Right.
It's 65 years old, the animated version of Cinderella.
Seriously?
65 years old. And this follows pretty much, you know, to the letter, kind of the same story of Cinderella. But what's amazing here is that choice to make this very classical, very traditional, really pays off because you just feel like you're experiencing this nostalgia of the story told in a new way. Plus, the acting's great, all that stuff is wonderful. So they do a great job making the movie, and so because of that, you're just kind of transported to this world once again.
Huh, that's interesting. So last night I actually took my kids for the first time ever to a movie.
Yeah.
Isn't that hilarious? And they had a preview for a Cinderella's daughter. Have you seen this yet?
No, I have no idea.
So they're also coming out with another Cinderella.
Wow.
That is like her daughter. And
Cinderella Jr.
Yeah, Cinderella
No,
Jr., if you will.
That's interesting. No, I hadn't heard
Disney's
of that.
genius.
Well, I'm telling you, they really are hitting out of the park these days, and there's such great stuff here. I love the way and you'll see, you know, kind of the magic there. I love the way the magic works in this. It never takes you out of the story, but it's still magic. You know, they're not afraid that it's magic, but at the same time, the entire universe still feels very real. I think they handled everything in this very, very well. I really loved the new themes that kind of come out in this. This Cinderella is very strong and very content with whatever life throws at her, which I really, really liked as well.
Okay, so is it dumb for me to ask you if it's like appropriate for all ages?
No, that's not dumb to ask. It is. I mean, it really is. They do a great job. I think it's PG, and there's really nothing in there that would be offensive in any way.
So give us your best, worst, and final grade
Absolutely.
on
Best
that
thing about Cinderella, I said instant classic. I love the way they made it just very classical. Worst thing I said, tale as old as time, which I guess is more Beauty and the Beast than Cinderella. But no, I think it's just because you've heard it many times before, sometimes it can feel a little bit slow. Overall, though, really good. I said A-.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Movie number 2, Run All Night. Stars Liam Neeson as a retired hitman in trouble with his former boss. All right, so did you like this one?
Yeah, I did kind of. I was surprised with this one too because Liam Neeson movies have kind of just been the same over and over again, right? It's almost like, you know, cut and paste. You know, you hit Control X on the keyboard and then Control V and you get another Liam Neeson movie. But this one is a little bit different. One of the main reasons, that guy right there, Ed Harris, he is really, really good in this. And because the acting kind of brings it up a notch and the plot is interesting enough, if you like kind of the action, gangster kind of movies, I think this one might scratch that itch quite a bit.
All right. So tell me, like when we say he's in trouble, well, like what's it actually about?
He's trying to survive the night with his son's family. His son, who has kind of gone away from his dad's gangster roots, is kind of drawn into his dad's world, and so his dad is just, and Liam Neeson plays the dad, is just trying to keep them, you know, alive for the night kind of thing. I don't want to give away a lot of the plot because that's part of the interesting ins and outs of it, but it's kind of one of those survival type movies. And what's interesting about this is Liam Neeson movies kind of have this reputation. Liam Neeson actually isn't the same old character in this one. In fact, I don't think he's involved in any action scenes till like an hour into the movie. Like he's just not the main action source of this movie. He's one of the central, you know, plots. But so I wonder if maybe they could have promoted it even a little bit differently because it's not really his movie.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah, it
is.
Okay,
so best, worst, and final grade on this one?
And that reflects on my best and worst thing. Best thing I said, it's not typical Neeson. I like that fact. Worst thing I also said, it's not typical Neeson because that may be something you're expecting at that point. As far as an overall grade, I said a B-.
All right, B-, so we'll go see it, but not
it's
like
okay.
the A-.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
All right, so now we are here to talk about your Blue Shirt blog.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, we get more feedback
Isn't that interesting?
on Mr. Dicer's attire than like anything else on this show.
It's interesting. It's a visual medium, so I kind of get it. I understand. But I wrote a few things on a blog about kind of why I wear the blue shirt, how that happens. Because when I'm out, it's one of the main things that people ask me about is, why are you always wearing that blue shirt? So I thought it might be fun to throw that up, kind of give my thoughts on that, and then also to take a little vote, you know?
Hashtag on what?
On whether or not I should switch it up. You know, whether or not I should wear something new. So read the blog, check it out, and then there's a poll that will be, I think it's down at the bottom.
Okay, so why does Aaron Dicer wear the exact same outfit on KYTV every Saturday morning? Many of you have asked.
So now I have the answer. You can read through that, and then at the bottom, if you get down
Give us the short version of why.
If you get down to the bottom, you can vote for Team New or Team Blue. So you can decide if you want me to stay with the blue shirt or
Blue. Can you guys see that well enough out there, viewers?
So here's the short version. The short version is I have a few of these shirts. I think it looks nice. A week is plenty of time to launder it. And honestly, I'm just not an appearance guy. Like, the outward appearance isn't my thing. Like, I like to think the complexity is on the inside, you know? So, and I think there's a little too much focus on the outward appearance in our culture, you know? I know you probably deal with that, you know, and I've heard stories and the horror stories.
You have no idea.
I know, from the ladies here about the things that people just feel free to, you know, write in or tweet publicly and say about your appearance. And that kind of bothers me a little bit. So for me, I just wear the same thing and, you know, kind of try to diffuse that a little bit. But I go into it in the blog a little bit more.
Okay,
so.
And you know who you could ask for some little fashion advice?
Jeremy Rabe.
Mr. Jeremy Rabe.
Dude is a fashion guru. Like, he's always got something amazing going on.
He's got a wooden bow tie, and next thing you know, everyone you see is going to have on a wooden bow tie.
Maybe that's how I'll switch it up. Maybe I'll wear a wooden bow tie.
Right, that would be perfect,
that
actually.
could work.
Okay, so go vote. Team New or Team Blue?
That's
and
right.
that's on what? Facebook and yourmoviefriend.com?
Yeah, yourmoviefriend.com, and we'll try to get a link up at the KY3 site as well.
Speaking of the Jeremy Rabe, there he is. We'll be back with him in just a moment.